I did everything that I possibly could not to be in this position.
Stephen Wight, a career military man, 34 years in uniform, with the latter part spent in human resources.
I understand backlogs, and I understand, look, the people that are doing the paperwork probably are doing 3 or 4 jobs. I know, I was there.
In preparing to leave the military, he ticked every box and signed every form. One set of forms went in a year in advance. There were going to be delays, and he knew it. Wight adjusted his personal budget, set aside money.
When you leave, it's like a slap in the face.
Wight says there was a 4-month wait for his pension. His severance was dramatically lower than the military's initial estimate. Veterans Affairs benefits have arrived piecemeal.
We're just a number, and it's insulting and humiliating.
Wight borrowed money from family, maxed out his credit, and took a job to stay afloat. A job he had to quit because of a military service injury. Wight is not alone. But some veterans can't or are not willing to wait. CBC News recently spoke with one ex-soldier who used the threat of legal action to get his pension check. The veteran did not want to be interviewed. Military Ombudsman Gary Walborn hopes others don't go down that road.
It's going to cause more delays and more bureaucracy to come to bear, so I'd rather we didn't find ourselves having to get to that extreme.
I have the same ambition that anybody else would have. I'd love for your pension check to be ready the next day.
1, 2.
But National Defense estimates there is now a backlog of 5,264 pension cases and says it won't be solved until December. There are a myriad of reasons it's gotten this bad. Staffing cuts, more medical releases post-Afghanistan, at least 2,500 a year, the introduction of pensions for reservists. Internal documents obtained by CBC News say the system has become so convoluted it requires re-engineering rather than tweaking.
We are doing everything we can to not release people until they're ready.
But Ombudsman Gary Walborn says this is a crisis for many military families. He's urging the Liberal government to set up some kind of an emergency fund to get them through until the backlog is resolved. Murray Brewster, CBC News, Ottawa.